Joachim, do you think that there is a tug of war between Russia and Iran when it comes to their specific interests in Syria? The estimates for reconstruction, for example, in that country run upwards of $350 billion, according to some estimates. That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. I know that there is a tug of war narrative that we find across media and of course across professional analysis of these events. I think that the total cost of the war should also be understood in terms of the human cost. There have been hundreds of thousands of people who have been killed. There have been many millions internally displaced. There have been countless tens and hundreds of thousands of soldiers as well who have laid their lives on the line and have sacrificed to keep Syria as an integral and whole country under a legitimate government that is still recognized by the UN and has legitimacy in the eyes of the international community by and large, and by countries which represent the majority of the world's population. And so I think that speaking in terms of a tug of war is not splitting hairs, of course, but it's perhaps missing the point that many of these countries involved in this conflict now on what is increasingly and apparently the victorious side, if we can call it such, are interested in a growing multipolarity and actually integrating these economies and, in fact, looking at development projects in terms of win-win. And so I think that the tug of war narrative is a little bit looking at things in terms of what's known as positional bargaining. And I think that that positional bargaining, of course, at times rears its head, and positional bargaining, of course, at times can be the undergirding of the finer points of detail. But what we're looking at by and large, of course, is a larger development program to build superhighways that would connect the global economy as it is emerging via land routes. And these would go through Iraq and through Syria.